Bedroom doesn't have a good spot for a bed. I'm Morgan and it is Design Friday and I'm going to be teaching you how to solve some common problems that you might have in your spaces. I'm an architect turned interior designer, just trying to teach you what I know to help make your spaces just feel more like home. And this is actually a really common problem because the builders will put windows all along the walls and then doors all along the other walls, and then you just don't have a good spot to put a bed. In this room, they're currently using this wall for the bed, which is right by the door where they enter from. But the problem is they plan on enlarging it to a king size bed and there's just not enough room here for that. So this is their current bedroom layout as it is. There's a lot of wasted space in the middle here, just not really working for them right now. The primary paths of travel are from this entrance into the closet, from this entrance into the bathroom. Best thing would be to be in front of the windows, which I know a lot of people are really hesitant to do. But how does this look with this window here? Like, that might be a little bit weird, but I'm going to show you some examples of how to make that look intentional. I've seen a lot of examples where people will put curtains behind the bed to not only block the window, but make it feel like a very intentional space. But I want to take it a step further. I actually really love the look of a canopy situation like this. So I talked to ChatGPT and told it what I wanted, and this was the closest I could get. This kind of, the canopy above the bed kind of creates this really centered moment that feels really intentional. Depending on how you do the drapes, you can close this off to make it look like there's not really a window there when you don't want there to be a window there. This is actually a perfect example of what I was envisioning with the canopy above the bed with a window. And these curtains can be closed when you need it to, but it feels really intentional and it almost feels like an extension of the headboard. For design inspiration for the space, I think this is a good example of what I'm going for. It's a little bit vintage, it's a very collected, and it's actually, the house is located in the Northeast, so I feel like I'm kind of leaning into like that Northeastern vintage aesthetic. With a tiny bit of coastal vibes, but definitely trying to keep it with being cozy and not too white. I think it's really important to consider lighting. My rule of thumb is to look into having at least 2 to 3 layers of lighting. Some sort of ceiling light up at the top, some sort of wall lighting, and some sort of surface level lighting, whether that be table lamp or floor lamps. And this applies to all styles. For bedroom situation, I would consider having a ceiling light or fan and then lamps on the tables as well. I would consider adding wall sconces in between the windows so that it blends in with the drapery, so that you have dedicated lighting above each bed space and a lamp on the side tables. Making a collection of photos like this when you're designing a space is really just, it kind of hones in your vision. So you don't have to like buy everything in here. It's just more of a guide for when you're out and about thrifting or whatever. And here's a little mood board to bring it all together. I do these Design Fridays every week, so go ahead and send me an image of your space that you're having trouble with and I'll see what I can do.